reflect from something else? Can we see like a body or like an X-ray or something, a real one? Like y'all take it to Mount Sinai Hospital and thus like examine it. Like I don't know.
What were you saying about? You sound a little pissed about it.
Oh yeah, like I want to see a body of an alien or like an X-ray or some type of like proof or a real picture or something of them shaking hands or something like that. Like we keep getting interviews about them saying that we have aliens. Okay, we know that. Can we get some type of proof or like something?
I know you guys didn't watch the whole Congress meeting or that they had last night, but it was pretty important. They didn't give any new information, so you don't have to watch it. You guys pretty much have all the information that the 3 whistleblowers says. You know, 2 of them I believe were pilots. One of them was a pilot, and the other one, he was even higher up in. And this is what this guy David Grusch. That's why this is so important and why this is blowing up now, because no one at this guy's level has said anything before. Keep this in mind. David Grusch was on the president's detail giving him his daily briefs. That's what this guy used to do, right? That's the kind of level of intelligence like he was in. And when he says something like when a guy like this says something like this, you can't ignore it. You just can't ignore it. And that's why all these guys are getting together to finally subpoena the government so that they can get the information that you're angry about.
Oh, okay.
That was the whole point of the meeting last night, right? To get all their testimonies on record, right? Because technically, them saying all that other stuff before, it's just them talking to a news guy and whatever. They're not sworn in. They can lie, right? But if they're sworn in and they lie, it's a whole different story. So that's why this is so important.
I have experienced advanced UAP firsthand, and I'm here to voice the concerns of more than 30 commercial aircrew and military veterans who have confided their similar encounters with me. Today, I would like to highlight 3 critical issues that demand our action. As we convene here, UAP are in our airspace, but they are grossly underreported. These sightings are not rare or isolated, they are routine. Military aircrew and commercial pilots, trained observers whose lives depend on accurate identification, are frequently witnessing these phenomena. The stigma attached to UAP is real and powerful and challenges national security. It silences commercial pilots who fear professional repercussions, discourages witnesses, and is only compounded by recent government claims questioning the credibility of eyewitness testimony. Parts of our government are aware of more about UAP than they let on, but excessive classification practices keep crucial information hidden. Since 2021, all UAP videos are classified as secret or above. This level of secrecy not only impedes our understanding, but fuels speculation and mistrust. In 2014, I was an F-18 Foxtrot pilot in the Navy Fighter Attack Squadron 11, the Red Rippers, and I was stationed at NAS Oceana in Virginia Beach. After upgrades were made to our jet's radar systems, we began detecting unknown objects operating in our airspace. At first, we assumed they were radar errors, but soon we began to correlate the radar tracks with multiple onboard sensors, including infrared systems, eventually through visual ID. During a training mission in Warning Area Whiskey 72, 10 miles off the coast of Virginia Beach, 2 F-18 Super Hornets were split by a UAP. The object, described as a dark gray or a black cube inside of a clear sphere, came within 50 feet of the lead aircraft and was estimated to be 5 to 15 feet in diameter. The mission commander terminated the flight immediately and returned to base. Our squadron submitted a safety report, but there was no official acknowledgement of the incident and no further mechanism to report the sightings. Soon, these encounters became so frequent that aircrew would discuss the risk of UAP as part of their regular pre-flight briefs. The majority of witnesses are commercial pilots at major airlines. Often, they are veterans with decades of flying experience. Pilots are reporting UAP at altitudes that appear above them at 40,000 feet, potentially in low Earth orbit or in the gray zone below the Kármán line, making inexplainable maneuvers like right-hand turns and retrograde orbits or J-hooks. If everyone could see the sensor and video data I witnessed, our national conversation would change. I urge us to put aside stigma and address the security and safety issue this topic represents. If UAP are foreign drones, it is an urgent national security problem. If it is something else, it is an issue for science.
Right, so that's the pilot dude, right? He just off the bat, he knows all the pilots, or a good amount of pilots, especially him doing what he's been doing, whistleblowing. He has to go and talk to these guys. People have told him that they've seen something, but they didn't report it. And based off what he's saying 95% of them don't report it because they're afraid of blowback in their career. Come on, son. 95%?
That's a lot.
That's a lot. So even the 5% that you do hear, of course you're going to be skeptical, right?
Right. But a lot of them have seen. So no, they're not lying.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
There's no reward for saying anything.
That's right.
That's what's the reward for coming out and telling the truth?
The other guy, he couldn't even say that what he saw because they had human bodies in a crate.
Right.
So it's
Right.
more fear than anything.
Right.
Yeah,
Actually,
that's why.
I've been thinking about that since then. And I got something else to say about that too. With that one, Michael Herrera, his testimony, I was thinking about it. And if they have multiple ships, the U.S. has multiple ships, I'm not saying that they wouldn't give. So his testimony, he was saying that, and I'm not saying that it's unlikely that the government would be working with aliens to give away humans. That's a possibility. But I believe that there's definitely a chance that the government would be shipping off people during crises like that, right? However, think about it this way, right? So the U.S. has like 9 or 12 or even more UFOs. One of them have said, I believe it was not John Laird, but the guy Bob Lazar has said that they actually have done test flights in these UFOs.
That was neat, actually.
Who's to say that they're not using one of the UFOs? And that's really
Right.
why they don't want this information out there.
Right.